You might not want to hear this, but the truth is sitting in your lap every single day. Right now, while you're watching this, there's a part of your life quietly bleeding your energy, eroding your confidence, and rewriting the way you see yourself, and you don't even realize it. I'm talking about your relationship. Yes, that one. The woman you thought loved you, the woman you trusted, the one you gave your heart to. There's a silent war happening, and the battlefield is your emotions. You don't need to hear the classic cliches about communication or compromise. You need to see the hidden patterns, the subtle, poisonous signs that scream toxic without ever raising their voice. And before you panic, before you tell yourself, it's not that bad, hear me out. Because men, especially those chasing success, self-improvement, or clarity in love, are being quietly sabotaged by behaviors that look harmless on the surface. A small lie, a tiny manipulation, a casual put-down. These are the cracks that widen into chasms over months, even years. And if you don't recognize them now, you will wake up one day asking, how did I let myself get here? Let's start with the first truth most men refuse to face. Toxicity rarely arrives screaming. It's quiet, it's seductive. It comes dressed in love, care, even compliments, but it's designed to make you doubt yourself, your confidence, your instincts, your worth, even your sanity. And once it's in, it's almost impossible to see the web around you. You're walking around like a soldier on autopilot thinking, I'm in love, I'm committed, I'm fine, while subtle manipulations are rewriting your perception of reality. And here's the kicker. You don't even know how much you're giving away. Your time, your energy, your peace, your ambition, and sometimes even your identity. By the end of this video, you're going to see things you've been blind to, truths you've been scared to admit, and signs that will make you question everything about your relationship. But I promise you this, seeing the truth is the first step to reclaiming your life, your clarity, and your power. So stay with me, because the clock is ticking, and the longer you ignore these signs, the more expensive they become, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. The first sign is subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention, but its impact is devastating. Constant emotional manipulation. This isn't the loud, dramatic fighting you see in movies. This is quiet, surgical, and persistent. It's the way she twists your words, reframes your intentions, or makes you feel guilty for things you didn't even do. Maybe she says, "You don't care about me," when all you did was focus on work for a few hours. Or she frames your ambition as selfishness. She knows exactly which buttons to push because she studies your reactions, your insecurities, the moments you hesitate. Men, you're trained to fix things, to protect, to provide, but in a toxic relationship, that instinct is weaponized against you. You start walking on eggshells, second-guessing yourself, asking, am I really the problem? And that's exactly the point. Toxic partners don't need to scream or hit. They don't need to fight. They don't need to be overtly cruel. Their goal is psychological domination, to destabilize your confidence so subtly that by the time you notice, it feels like the problem lives inside you, not her. And here's the cruel irony. Because you care, because you love, you forgive, justify, or rationalize behaviors that should never be acceptable. You tell yourself, she's stressed. It's just a phase. Maybe I'm overreacting. Meanwhile, the manipulation continues, accumulating like poison in your veins. Over time, it erodes not just your self-esteem, but your perception of reality. You may find yourself apologizing more than she does, questioning your judgment, even hesitating to share your successes or happiness, because it will always trigger criticism or subtle attacks. Men, this is the silent killer of relationships. It's not a fight you win with reason or logic. The only way to survive it is recognition. You must name it. You must see it for what it is. Once you do, you reclaim clarity, and clarity is power. And here's what most men don't realize. The moment you stop excusing this manipulation, the dynamic shifts immediately. You stop feeding her control. you stop giving away your mental space. The first step to freedom isn't confrontation, it's awareness. And that awareness is your armor, your shield, and your weapon all at once. The second sign is the cold withdrawal, the silent treatment, the distance, the emotional vanishing acts that leave you guessing and desperate for connection. It's different from a normal disagreement or a need for space. This is a calculated absence, a deliberate withholding of affection, attention, or validation designed to make you feel unstable. One day she's warm, loving, attentive. The next she's distant, clipped, unreachable. And you start to chase her, trying to decode the invisible rules she's created. Men, listen carefully. This is emotional control masquerading as independence. She wants you on edge, constantly testing your patience, your loyalty, your need for approval. And here's the terrifying part. You begin to internalize it. You question yourself. Did I do something wrong? Am I not enough? Why doesn't she show she cares? You don't realize that the vacuum she creates is her power. The longer you wait, the more she trains your mind to tolerate uncertainty, to tolerate pain, to tolerate inconsistency. And that's how toxic patterns take root. Your emotional system becomes rewired to accept neglect as normal and attention as a reward. You're no longer in a partnership. You're in a cycle of intermittent reinforcement. The highs feel incredible, but the lows are crushing. And every time she withdraws and you beg, negotiate, or apologize, the pattern reinforces itself. She knows it, and you know it too, deep down. But the voice of reason is drowned by desire, hope, and fear. Men, here's the truth. Emotional withdrawal is not a quirk, a mood, or an independent personality. It's a weapon. And recognizing it is crucial because this pattern doesn't just affect your relationship. It erodes your self-respect, your confidence, and even your ability to trust your instincts with future partners. Awareness is your only escape hatch. Seeing the cold withdrawal for what it truly is allows you to stop chasing and start observing, to stop rationalizing and start questioning, and to reclaim the emotional control that's rightfully yours. Because the moment you see the game, you no longer play by her rules, you start playing by yours. The third sign is the slow, relentless erosion of your sense of self. It's subtle at first. Little jabs disguised as jokes, offhand comments about your choices, your career, your friends, even your hobbies. Are you really going to wear that? Do you think she likes you more than me? Maybe you should reconsider that promotion. You're too ambitious. At first, you brush it off. You laugh. You excuse it. But over time, these tiny cracks form a canyon, and your self-confidence begins to leak out like water through a sieve. Men, pay attention. This is emotional sabotage, and it's designed to make you doubt your worth. You start second-guessing your decisions, apologizing for things you shouldn't, and shrinking your ambitions just to avoid confrontation. It's not about the words themselves, it's about the effect. Each criticism, each subtle put-down, slowly rewires your mind to accept negativity as truth. And here's the hardest part. When someone slowly chips away at your identity, you don't see it happening. You feel frustration, confusion, even anger. But you blame yourself, not her. Toxic partners don't need explosions or screaming matches. Their weapons are stealth and consistency. They know that the quiet undermining will trap you, make you pliable, and turn you into someone who tolerates behaviors you once would have walked away from. The danger here is psychological captivity. You're still physically free, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you begin to feel confined. Men obsessed with self-improvement, this is a red flag you cannot ignore. No amount of love, patience, or rationalization can fix this. Recognizing the pattern is the only way to stop the erosion before it reaches the core of who you are. Because once the subtle criticism becomes internalized, it's no longer her words affecting you. It's your own self-doubt taking over. Awareness is your first act of rebellion. Naming the manipulation is your first step to reclaiming power. And from there, you can choose: stay in a relationship that diminishes you, or step back and protect the man you were always meant to be. The fourth sign is the most dangerous because it feels addictive: the unpredictable cycle of affection and cruelty. One moment, she's loving, attentive, even worshipful. The next, she's distant, critical, or outright cold. This roller coaster keeps you hooked, rewires your brain, and traps you in emotional dependency. Men, pay attention. This is no accident. It's not just mood swings or quirky personality. It's a calculated pattern, designed to make you crave approval, to chase highs and tolerate lows. Every moment of warmth becomes a reward for enduring the pain. Every smile a trap for your hope. You start to live for her approval instead of your own validation. Your self-worth becomes tied to her unpredictable behavior, and it's exhausting. You're constantly on edge, always wondering when the next withdrawal, criticism, or manipulation will hit. You try to fix it, explain it, or negotiate it, but nothing works because the problem isn't you. It's the pattern she's intentionally creating. This intermittent reinforcement is more powerful than any consistent behavior. It hijacks your brain's reward system, making leaving feel impossible even when every fiber of your being screams for escape. You begin to rationalize cruelty as passion, distance as independence, and manipulation as love. Men obsessed with self-improvement listen carefully. Recognizing this cycle is the only way to reclaim your autonomy. Understanding that these highs and lows are deliberate removes their power over you. You start to see the manipulation for what it is: control, not affection. And with that clarity comes freedom. The moment you refuse to participate in the cycle, the dynamic changes. You stop chasing, stop justifying, stop tolerating. The power shifts back to you. And when you finally detach emotionally, the truth becomes crystal clear. Love should never feel like a punishment, a reward, or a trap. It should feel like partnership, respect, and mutual growth. Anything else is a warning sign, screaming for you to wake up. Most men ignore these signs, not because they don't see them, but because they're trapped in psychological patterns that make leaving feel impossible. You might think, I love her, I've invested too much, maybe I can fix this. But here's the truth: you can't fix what's intentionally broken. Toxic relationships exploit your natural instincts, loyalty, patience, empathy, and turn them into chains. You begin to rationalize behavior that should never be rationalized. You minimize red flags, explain away cruelty, and convince yourself that love requires suffering. And the longer you stay, the more your mind rewires itself to accept dysfunction as normal. Your confidence shrinks, your ambition falters, and your emotional resilience erodes. Men who are focused on self-improvement are especially vulnerable because you believe in growth and second chances. You think, if I try harder, if I communicate better, if I'm more patient, things will change. But here's the brutal reality: nothing will change until the toxicity is exposed, named, and confronted, or until you walk away. The trap isn't just emotional, it's neurological. Your brain releases dopamine during moments of affection, making you crave highs, while lows trigger stress hormones that you're conditioned to tolerate because they're paired with the reward of love. It's a cycle designed to make you addicted to approval and fearful of rejection. And here's the psychological kicker. Even after walking away, many men find themselves replaying the relationship in their minds, questioning their own judgment, and wondering if they overreacted. This is the lingering power of toxic conditioning. Awareness is the antidote. Recognizing the pattern, naming the manipulation, and reclaiming your self-respect rewires your brain toward clarity, autonomy, and freedom. Because when you finally see the toxicity for what it is, the chains fall away. Not immediately, not without struggle, but permanently. And that's when true growth begins, when you understand that your worth was never tied to someone else's approval, affection, or manipulation. Men, the first step isn't confrontation or revenge, it's seeing the truth, internalizing it, and making the conscious choice to protect yourself. Once you do that, everything changes. The long-term costs of staying in a toxic relationship are deeper and more damaging than most men realize. It's not just the sleepless nights, the anxiety, or the constant stress. It's the slow erosion of your identity, your ambitions, and your emotional resilience. Every compromise you make, every time you excuse manipulation, every moment you tolerate disrespect, chips away at the foundation of who you are. Men, imagine a bank account, but instead of money, it's your emotional energy. Toxic relationships drain it silently. You wake up one day with nothing left to invest in yourself, your passions, or even future relationships. You start losing clarity about what you truly want, what you truly deserve, and even who you are at your core. Ambition, drive, confidence, they all suffer. And here's the cruel irony. While you're giving away your life, the person causing the toxicity may not even notice the damage they're doing. You become invisible to them emotionally because their satisfaction comes from control, not connection. This is why clarity is your ultimate power. Awareness of the toxicity doesn't just protect you, it restores your life. When you recognize the damage, you gain the ability to set boundaries, reclaim your emotional energy, and begin prioritizing yourself without guilt. You start to rebuild your identity, not around someone else's approval, but around your own values, ambitions, and self-respect. And here's what most men don't understand. Stepping away from a toxic dynamic isn't selfish. It's essential. Protecting your emotional and mental health is not negotiable. It's survival. You deserve relationships that amplify your life, not drain it. The moment you see the truth, you regain the freedom to choose carefully, to invest wisely, and to love fully, but with clarity, boundaries, and respect. Men, the cost of staying blind is too high. The cost of awareness is empowerment, and the choice is always yours. Remain trapped, or reclaim your life and your power. Now it's time to bring everything together. You've seen the signs, felt the patterns, and understood the subtle ways toxicity hijacks your mind, emotions, and identity. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The real power comes when you confront it, reflect on it, and act. Ask yourself this: how many hours, how many moments, how much of your energy have you already given away to manipulation, criticism, emotional withdrawal, or the addictive highs and lows of control? That is your personal equation, the cost of staying blind versus the value of reclaiming yourself. Take a moment, be brutally honest, and calculate it. Write it down, feel it, and understand it. This isn't about blame or anger. It's about clarity and accountability. Because the moment you see the full cost of toxicity, the path forward becomes impossible to ignore. Set boundaries, stop excusing behaviors, and demand respect, not as a confrontation, but as a declaration of your self-worth. Reclaim your time, your energy, and your identity. Surround yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you, not those who manipulate or diminish you. Remember, freedom isn't granted, it's claimed. And claiming it begins with awareness, continues with action, and solidifies with consistency. Men, the ultimate truth is simple but harsh. Love should never hurt your identity, compromise your ambitions, or make you question your worth. If it does, the relationship isn't love. It's a trap. And once you see that, you hold the key to your own liberation. So here's what I want from you right now. Pause this video and calculate your own personal cost. The hours, the energy, the peace, and the clarity lost in a relationship that drains rather than uplifts you. Write it in the comments, share it, and then take the first step to reclaiming what is yours. Like this video if it resonated, subscribe for more truths you weren't supposed to hear, and share this with a friend who needs to see it before it's too late. Your clarity is your power, and today, you take it back.